Yo, what is up, guys? It is RD Gamer here, back with another video. Today's another story time video. The last one that I did yesterday did pretty well, and some of y'all were telling me to do another story time. So here's another one. So, like I said, I've been slacking, and this story time is gonna be about the reason I have been slacking, which is because I got my phone tip. And this is a kind of funny story. And it's also kind of dumb too. And people still think I did it, but the dude that did it is in alternative school. So here's the story of why I've been slacking and why I got my phone took. So I think it was Friday. It was last Friday. No, it was either last Thursday or Friday. I can't remember. I think it was Thursday. But but I go in, walk in the field house, and this dude, we'll just call him Michael for this video. So this dude Michael, he walks in there, and we cool, and we talk. So we was in there, and I had to catch up on a little bit of work, so that's why I didn't work out. So I was doing a little bit of work. When I got done, he said, "Yo, Rod, get on Call of Duty," and I was like, "All right, I'll get on Call of Duty." And so we was getting on Call of Duty, playing and stuff, and then he had we were just playing around on Call of Duty, and all that. I called him a tryhard and all that, but so we just sitting there for a little bit, and he asked me for my phone. And when he asked me for my phone, I was like, okay, cool. So I give him my phone. So when I give him my phone, he like, yeah. So he was like this. He said that the phone was off. So apparently he was doing like he said that he was doing like da 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 da, which I believed him, and I started laughing, and I walked out. So I walked out. I went to go get some water real quick. Then I walked back in. Some 601-852 number called me, and I was like, "Yo, who is this?" And then I looked at him. I looked at Mike, and then I looked at the other dude. They were like, "I don't know." So I answered it, and it said Madison Police, and I was like, "Madison Police." Madison Police called me, and I had to pretend that it was the wrong number. So I hung up. When I hung up, I looked at Mike and I looked at the other dude. I'm like, all right, who did this? And they said, on God, they didn't do it. So I was like, okay, it was probably just no big deal. It was only one call. And keep in mind, later in this video, this is going to pop up. So on my iPhone, hold up, let me go ahead and show y'all. Turn my brightness up real quick. So on my iPhone, I got my calls, like my recent calls to miss. Or, yeah, I got my recent calls to miss. Got it to miss. And I don't check my all, I just have it to miss. Like right there. So I have it to miss. So I had to pretend like I was calling my mama, just to fool him. So I get another call, and my friend got a 601. I forgot the rest of the number. I think it's in here. My friend, oh, it was 601-856. That's the Madison Police. But I have remembered that my friend had a 259 number, and I was like, oh, this is my friend. So I pick it up, and it's the police again. And like, I saw police, outside at the field, and searching the locker rooms. I'm like, what they doing? Is there some? And I remember that Michael told me that they were looking for this dude named, I'm not gonna say his name, Jay, because he had some weed. And so, no, not Javen, it's another Jay. So this dude named Jay, he had some weed, and they were looking for him. And I was like, oh, okay, as long as it's not me. So I get a call from the police again, and they say, who is this? And I say, Rodney Wiggum. And then they say, why don't you come outside and talk to us? And I was like, oh, okay. So the principal and a bunch of police officers walk in the field house. And keep in mind, I haven't been in this much trouble. Like, I've been into some crazy stuff, but not to the point where the police had to come to the school. So, cause I'm not a lawbreaker or nothing like that. Definitely not a lawbreaker. Don't plan to be one when I get older anyway. So, I wasn't even doing nothing. So the principal and like a bunch of cops come in there, and then they had asked that they had told me that somebody, since it came from my phone, they said that somebody had called the police and said that there was clowns at the high school. And when I heard it, I was like, wait, what? And obviously they were gonna blame me because it's my phone. But listen, so and I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. So if I prank called the police, why would I be dumb enough to prank call them from my own phone when I know that they can track it down? Like, I don't get that. Like, why would I do it from my own phone when I know dang well that they gonna track my phone down and find me? Like, that's dumb. Like, that's dumb, and I still don't get why people blame me for it, because that's dumb. So they were talking to us a little. Like, I said that I went out to get some water. I told them to the whole story. I went out to get some water. Then Michael, he had my phone, and then they would ask me like, why did you give him the phone? And I was like, I just thought he had to call his mom or something because he has a broke hand or something like that. Yeah. And so they got him in there, and he said that he didn't call the police. Then the other dude said he didn't call the police, and I was like, okay, well it wasn't me. So they had a voice recording on the other cop's phone. So they played that voice recording, and then it. This is exactly what it said. That's clowns at Ridgeland High. Then the cop said, I can't hear you, and then he said, there's clowns at Ridgeland High now. It sounded like both of them, but I didn't want to accuse them of something that they didn't do. So I was like, okay, well, because I didn't want to like accuse both of them because they were gonna get mad at me. So I didn't want to accuse them. I wanted to be sure who it was first. And so when Coach heard the voice record, he said, "No, that's not him." And I was like, "I know it's not me because I'm not dumb enough to do that." So it was down to either Michael or the other guy. The other guy said that he was watching a movie, which I don't know because there were a couple other people over there, but they weren't paying attention to us. They just had their headphones in and all that stuff. So they called some more people in, and they asked if they had called him, and they said no. So it was only me and him in there. And so for some odd reason, they thought I was lying. So here's the thing: it goes from Coach saying that it wasn't me to Coach saying that I changed my voice. Come on now, Coach. Because he said my story changed 3 different times. I said my phone was right next to me, then I gave it to him to leave out. Then the other time I said that I let him see my phone. Like, I'm giving you specific details. Like, what do you mean? So, to make a long story short, we were both about to get suspended for prank calling the police, which I was mad because I've already gotten enough trouble. And this, something I didn't do, it made me mad. So, he was telling me not to worry about it, and I was like, nah, I am gonna worry about it because I didn't do it, and I don't get why people think I did it. Yeah, I'm Rodney. I play a lot. I played a lot in 8th grade, and I still play. I played all my life, but sometimes I can't play. I don't play with calling the cops. I don't play with none of that because I know what's gonna happen. So I go home. Well, nah, not yet. So they call my mom. I get home. They had called my mom, and dang, I'm going too far over, too far. So let's start. Let's go back to when I was at lunch. I was at lunch. Then my friends had said, "Yo, we gonna walk with you up to the office." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I got back up." Because they wanted to look at the cameras to see if I really walked out, which I did. Because these other two, they were setting up for bench, and they had saw me walk out and get some water because I asked them what they were doing. So they had walked with me to the office, and then I said, "Mr. Dowdy called me in here," and then the lady at the desk said they saw my friend, and she said, "Did Mr. Dowdy call y'all up to the office?" And they said, "No, we just here." And she said, "Well, if he didn't call you up to the office, get out," which was kind of rude. I'm not gonna lie. So I talked to Mr. Dowdy. I tell him that I got in there. I was on my MacBook doing some work. Then we played Call of Duty. Then I let him see my phone because I thought he needed to call his mom or something. Then I go and get some water. Then I come back in here. The cops called me a bunch of times, and they all come. And then one of my other friends at lunch told me that he know who did it. He just didn't know. He just didn't want to snitch. So that's why I told Mr. Dowdy. and Mr. Dowdy told me to go back to class, and he called Troy. He called Michael up there. So the next day, Michael comes up to me. He said, "Yo, I'm going to alternative school," and I was like, "For what?" And he said, "Because of what happened yesterday." I was like, "Dang, you did it?" And he said they caught me, and I was like, "Dang," because see, it sounded like him, but like I said, I didn't want to accuse him of not doing something that he didn't do. So that's why I didn't, like go ahead and say, "Yo, he did it." I wanted to make sure he did it first because, like I said, they had the voice record. It sounded nothing like me, and some of y'all probably was in there and y'all heard that the voice recording. It sounded nothing like me, and Coach said it wasn't me. And I was like, "Dang, he's going back to alternative school." So to make a long story short, here's the moral of the story, though. Here's the moral of the story. Don't let nobody see your phone. That's the moral of the story. Don't let nobody see your phone. No matter how nice they is to you, no matter how cool you is with that person, unless you right there with them and you seeing what they doing, don't let them see your phone. Don't walk out. Don't do nothing of it. I had to learn the hard way when A. Carlos, the cops had you know came up there and interrogated us. So yeah, I had to learn the hard way about that. And please don't do it. Don't do it because the cops they will track you down and they will find you. The reason and the principal said the reason I didn't go to jail is because I was a minor, so and because I didn't do it, but mostly because I was a minor. And he told my mom that he wasn't gonna suspend me, which was great news. So I had to go for 3 days without my iPhone. I had to use my freaking HTC. I couldn't call nobody on it. It is slow as I don't know what. But hooray! I got my phone back. So that is it for this story time, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and that's why I've been slacking, and that's the reason I got this baby right here too. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, leave a like and subscribe down. Subscribe. You know what I'm saying. Do your boy a favor. Oh, and I forgot to put this at the beginning of the video. Thank you guys for 40 subscribers. Thank you guys. From me starting to like what? About a couple months ago, not a couple months ago, like a month ago. Me starting from a month ago, and I already got 40 subscribers. Thank you guys. Love you guys. And like I said, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.